Have you ever felt like your own mind is working against you? Your brain is betraying you at this very moment. And the worst part is, you daren't even realize it. It's fast, silent, and sneaky. Within seconds, it can convince you that a simple thought is an absolute truth, something uncontrollable, almost a sentence. It's as if you had an internal hacker manipulating your emotions and sabotaging every important decision in your life, while you go on believing you're in control. Those thoughts that come out of nowhere, that irrational fear, that nagging voice saying you're going to fail or something terrible is about to happen, are not who you are. They're just electrical impulses repeated so many times that they've become convincing. Like commands your brain has learned to follow without question. And that's exactly why you feel trapped, like there's no way out. But there is. And right now, you're going to discover how to disarm this invisible enemy and take back control of your own brain. Your brain is, at the same time, an extraordinary machine and a clumsy storyteller. It doesn't accurately distinguish between a real danger and a hypothetical one created by your imagination. Your brain reacts as if it's already happening, triggering a chemical cascade that puts your body on high alert. When an intrusive thought pops up, what if I lose control? What if something bad happens to me? Psychiatrist and neuroscientist Joseph Ledoux, in his book, The Emotional Brain, explains that the amygdala, a small almond-shaped structure in the limbic system, reacts automatically to stimuli perceived as threats long before your conscious mind processes the situation. It's like a fire alarm going off at the slightest hint of smoke, even if it is just steam from a shower. This response activates the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, releasing cortisol and adrenaline, speeding up your heart rate, increasing your breathing, and preparing your body to fight or flee. The worst part, the cycle feeds itself. The more you feel those physical symptoms, the more your brain believes the danger is real, and there's more. Your brain has a built-in bias known as the negativity bias, described by Holmes and Pizzigalli in Nature Reviews Neuroscience. It registers and reinforces negative experiences far more strongly than positive ones. In simple terms, your brain is wired to trick you, to keep you in a state of constant alert, as if the world were a battlefield. But here's the good news. You are not your thoughts. Researchers like Aaron Beck, founder of cognitive behavioral therapy, and Jeffrey Schwartz, author of The Mind and the Brain, have shown that it's possible to retrain the neural circuits responsible for these patterns through conscious attention and redirection. Her name is Lucia. She's 44. From the outside, she looks like she has a normal life. 2 kids, a stable job, a polite smile that hides any discomfort. But no one sees what happens when she's alone, doing the dishes or stuck in traffic. It's always the same pattern. An intrusive thought appears out of nowhere, like a cold whisper saying, "What if something goes wrong right now?" She tries to push it away, takes a deep breath, but it's like trying to hold a beach ball underwater. The more force you use, the stronger it bounces back. Her heart races, her hands sweat, and her mind fills with scenes that never even happened. Lucia feels ashamed, afraid, angry at herself. And the cruelest part is, the more she tries not to think about it, the bigger it gets. This was described by Daniel Wegner in the famous white bear effect. When we try not to think about something, our brain does the exact opposite. But here's what Lucia doesn't know, and maybe you don't either. her brain isn't broken. It's just reacting the way it was trained to react, and that can be changed. Here's the uncomfortable truth: until the thought returns, even stronger. The biggest mistake you make every day is fighting your own thoughts. When an intrusive thought shows up, you try everything to push it away. You grab your phone, pray, repeat positive affirmations over and over, and for a few seconds, it seems to work. Why does this happen? Because trying to suppress thoughts activates the exact same areas of the brain linked to memory and emotional control. To your brain, this means this thought is important, maybe even dangerous. We must keep it in focus. And what do? Keep digging the hole. Every attempt to not think reinforces the neural circuit that keeps the thought alive. It's like trying to put out a fire by throwing gasoline on it. But here's the turning point. If your brain learned to keep these thoughts alive, it can also learn to unlearn them. Neuroplasticity is the brain's ability to create and reshape connections throughout life. And fast. The new path, the one of calm response, is overgrown, bumpy, and hard at first. Think of your brain as clay, shaped by every thought, emotion, and repeated habit. Neuroscientist Norman Doidge, in The Brain That Changes Itself, documented cases where people reprogrammed entire areas of the brain after severe trauma. That's neurogenesis. More recent studies show that labeling thoughts and redirecting attention builds new circuits in the prefrontal cortex and reduces amygdala hyperactivity. Imagine it like train tracks. The old path, the one of intrusive thinking, is smooth, but with every repetition, the old track rusts and fades away. This is called synaptic pruning. Unused connections simply die off. And it doesn't matter how old you are. Researcher Elizabeth Gould and others proved that adults continue to generate new neurons throughout life. Here's how to begin retraining your brain now. Label the thought. As soon as it appears, say to yourself, "This is just an anxious thought." Studies show that labeling reduces amygdala activity and activates prefrontal control. Breathe with your brain. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 6. Imagine pulling the thought out like drawing out a wire of energy. This activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming your body and lowering alertness. Redirect with intention. Focus on an object and mentally describe every detail. Or recall a joyful moment with as many sensory details as possible. Each redirection strengthens a new neural path. Your brain is the train conductor. For years, it's traveled the same tracks, reinforcing them. But each time you guide it to a new path, the old one weakens and the new one becomes stronger. That's the power of neuroplasticity. You are building new tracks, even when the old ones still try to pull you back. And before you forget, you are not broken. Your brain just overdid it in trying to protect you, and it can change, regardless of your age. Patterns are not permanent. They are only practice pathways. Now, close your eyes and say, "My brain works for me, not against me." Say it again. Each repetition is training. Today, you start teaching your brain a new path. You've already begun the transformation. But there is still something no one has told you. Certain habits that seem harmless are actually feeding your intrusive thoughts, and you daren't even realize it. In the next video, I'll show you exactly what those habits are and how to disable them to speed up your brain's reprogramming.